yeah, I love my family. I'm really close with my mom. Can I touch your boobs though? How you ask me to touch my boobs after you're just talking about your mom? Come on, man. There's someone who wants legit like slap me in the face, but not with their hand, with their stinky, sweaty armpit, doing that jumping shit. And then if you sleep without underwear on, roaches, as in cockroaches, crawl into your hoo-ha. Hello everyone, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Ruth Kirathe, and this is my first YouTube video that I'm actually making for the sole purpose of being a YouTube video, not some shit I've just reposted off Instagram. So, welcome to my channel. Today we are gonna start off with a get to know you challenge. So I got a bunch of questions I found online that were pretty interesting, and yeah, it's gonna get really raw and I'm gonna feel very vulnerable. It's gonna be real personal. And while I do answer those questions, I found this thing, and it's basically like a kid's thing. It's like essentially powdered sugar and water and like different colors, and you mix it up and you have to make different things. So like in this one, it's like what, carnival food, festival food. So you got lollipops, like chocolate bananas, and there's corn on the cob. There's some fries, I think. Yeah, there's some fries. And all the instructions are in Japanese. Now, as much as I can speak Japanese, a decent amount, I cannot read a lick of Japanese. So I'm flying blind here, but I really think I can do this. I believe in me, and I hope you believe in me too. Without further ado, let's get this party started. Let's open up this box. Okay. Ooh. Everything is so well packaged. Okay. And then it comes with little sachets, and then there's 3 toothpicks, there's a little spoon. Today we're gonna learn how I completed higher education and still don't know how to follow simple instructions. So I hope you're all excited for this. Let's do it. So it says you need water, and I have my glass of water here, and then you need scissors. Ain't got no scissors. Got the scissors. We're ready now. So first and foremost, I'm Kenyan. I live in Japan. I came here for uni about 7 years ago. And no, I'm not still in uni. Like it didn't take me 7 years to graduate. But I did graduate and I work here. I teach babies, which is very interesting and very, very fun. And I love kids, so I really think it's where I was supposed to be. And I am 25 years old, turning 26 this year. Whoop, whoop. And what else? I have a cat. I'm a cat lover, team cats. I grew up with dogs, but cats are so elite. You know, what makes cats elite? Like, they're independent. That's clearly that's it. That's the end of that argument.
Does a dog clean itself? No. Does a dog shit in the right place? No. Do you have to take a dog on a walk every fucking day? Like, you know, twice a day? Otherwise they'll just, like, you know, piss on your blanket? No. Cats are clearly everything you need and more.
So the first question I have here, what was your favorite thing to do when you were younger? What was my favorite thing to do when I was younger? I used to love playing outside, and now that I'm teaching kids, like kids these days really just don't play outside. Are you kidding? Like it's the Nintendos and the iPads, and that's pretty much parenting these days, which I believe is a cheat code. That's some bullshit right there, just putting an iPad in front of your kid and being like, alright, fuck off, you know? No. What you're supposed to do is tell them to fuck off outside. Because that's what my mom would do for a good like 4 hours in the day. She'd be like, it's outside time, get it going. And then she'd proceed to have a great time by herself inside. Yeah. You guys think she loves me? Seriously. Do you think that was the real cheat code? What if I'm the one being played? What if these iPad parents really love their kids and want them close by, which is why they use iPads to entertain them? And truly, my mother didn't love me and sent me outside, and she was just trying to find a way to tell me to move out. Cool, Mom. I see what you're doing, Mom. I see you. Okay. My favorite thing to do when I was a kid was go outside. I used to go outside and make food and like gourmet platters with like mud and grass. And like I tell my kids this, and they're all there like, but you can't eat it. Like it's not real food. Stop killing the dream. Kids these days just don't get it. They have no imagination. That's what I'm saying. It was real shit. When you roll up those little mud balls and like make them into French fries, which is essentially what I'm doing right now. This is what I'm about to do, but with powdered sugar. How fucking bougie. How first world, huh? Japan, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's go. Let's do this. Step 1. Japanese people are exact with these measurements. I'm just used to, when you cook and someone asks you, oh, how much paprika did you put in that? Nothing. You just do like this until your ancestors say, hey, enough, child. Then you just know, okay, that's it. Literally tells me once you put this powder in, right? You have to stir it. And I think that's what it's saying. It says you have to stir 30 times. Exactly. I didn't even know recipes were this exact. Don't you just mix it until it's mixed? What is the strangest thing I believed as a child? Now this is gonna be really fucked up. I'm not gonna lie to you. But when I was younger, I grew up with just older sisters, 3 older sisters. So the older sister, I'm the youngest. So the one that's closest to me, right above me, she and I would be the ones, the youngest too, so we'd be the ones who had to share a bedroom. And when I was younger, I used to love sleeping naked, like without my underwear and stuff. And she didn't like it because she always wore pajamas. And then she told me that if you sleep without underwear on, roaches, as in cockroaches, will crawl into your hoo-ha and just go live there and have babies of their own inside you because it's fertile conditions and all that. And I know you think like, dude, there's no way you are dumb enough to believe that, but I'm telling you, like, to this day, I cannot sleep without underwear, knowing very well I don't have roaches in my house because I'm not a nasty bitch. But why would I risk it? Do I have any phobias? Yesterday at work, this kid caught this giant lizard, and this fucker decides to bring it in from outside into the classroom. And then he's showing everyone this lizard, and then it slips from his hand and starts all over. Yo, I told these people I'm out. I left that room and I'm like, I locked the door behind me and I'm like, you guys will not come out of here until that lizard has been captured. What is my deepest fear? My deepest fear is that I'll be lying on my deathbed and feeling like I didn't live enough, which I think is a fear for a lot of people, because not only that I didn't live enough, because I feel like that sounds kind of selfish, that I just didn't make the impact I wanted to on the world. And that's recently I've come not me personally, but I've faced death in a very close and personal way. And that's the inspiration behind me finally getting up and doing something, because I've been meaning to start a YouTube channel for so long, but I am a serial procrastinator. That is me. That is a title that is on my belt. Not proud, but it is what it is. But I'm trying to change that. I'm trying to change it. Okay. What is your favorite holiday of the year and why? So this initially, I used to hate Valentine's Day. I really did, because I'm just like, oh, you love, we hate you all, and my birthday is the 31st of October. I was born on Halloween Day. Yes, creepy, cool. But for the longest time, I was like, oh, I have such a unique birthday. Like, nobody has the same birthday as me, feeling special, feeling important. But I had a friend who then really just ripped that out of my soul. When I told them, like, oh, I'm born on the 31st, they're like, oh my God, I have like 10 friends born on that exact same date. And I was like, how? I think it's such a rare birthday to have. And this person told me, and they just ruined my life, like, really. They were like, people who were born on that day were most likely conceived on Valentine's Day. Although I will tell you that my parents, they do not have intercourse, and I was dropped from the sky in a basket as an infant. And so as much as I celebrate Valentine's Day as the day I was conceived, truly, because there is no way that my parents are conceiving anything. Do you think crying is a sign of strength or weakness? I think crying, that's not even a discussion for me. Crying is strength, because I'm somebody who cries just as a hobby. If you just catch me on like a Saturday night and I don't have plans, I'm at home crying. it's not like I just cry. I know exactly what to do to trigger my crying. So there's some days I come home from work and I've had a long day and I'm upset, but I can't really release that. So I'm like, ooh, let me go and get my crying on, get a good cry in there, and I'll feel much better after. So I just go onto YouTube and, watch a bunch of videos of like soldiers coming home and surprising their families. That's my thing, guys. That's my thing. Don't hate me. These are my fries, guys. They look a lot like my dreads when I started out. You know that awkward phase of new dreadlocks when they just look like worms on your head? When you just look like, Medusa's cousin from the ghetto? That's me. Those are my fries right there. Are you afraid of small spaces? Yes, like they are going to eat me. I cannot be in small spaces or crowded. Like, that's why I kind of outgrew the whole clubbing thing really quick. At least like when it's too busy. And then like when you're on the dance floor, remember back in the day when we're in college and you're in a dance floor and everyone's doing that jumping thing, turn down for what? Dude, there's someone who wants legit like slap me in the face, but not with their hand, with their stinky, sweaty armpit, doing that jumping shit, and then what? Guys, look at my corn. Look at that. Look at that. Look at it. It's so fire. I'm out here. I did it. Okay, next. What are the best and worst dates you have been on? The worst? When I was a freshman, fresh off the boat to Japan, I went on a date with a sumo wrestler, which was very exciting for me because I just met him at a bar once and he asked me out and I'm like, this is a real sumo wrestler. It was so exciting until this guy pulls up in a K car, and I don't even know whether you guys know what a K car is. It's just the smallest of small cars you could possibly imagine, like a Vitz or like a like a Mr. Bean car essentially. So he pulls up in his little Mr. Bean car, and this guy, it's a 2-seater, but the sheer size you'd imagine of a sumo wrestler, he would just spill over onto my seat. Like, I don't know how else to say this in the most respectful way. I'm all about body positivity and all that, but this guy, and he was like, hop right in, and I'm like, where? Like, where am I supposed to sit? On your lap? Like, what? There's no space for me. But we fit. We squeezed in, I had a friend kind of shove me in and then closed the door, I'm just fucking with you. But yes, it was a very awkward car ride because I was sitting and he was like on the other seat, but like I'm sitting with my legs closed and somehow still we're touching thighs after not even knowing much about each other. And we just like kind of went on a drive. In honesty, it was kind of not a bad date because he took me on this whole drive around, and this is a very like rural town, like in the sense where it's like countryside. And so this drive, like you could see all the scenery, and it's my first time here, and it was really nice to just see how beautiful it was. But this guy had the social skills of a ferret. He kept trying to touch my boobs for some reason. He kept just, and like when someone is just trying to weave it in the conversation, like I'd be like, oh, so what's your hobby? He's like, oh, I just like wrestling, like I like wrestling. I also like touching boobs. Like, can I touch your boob? He would just look for any reason to kind of just throw that in there. Oh, like, do you love your family? Like, how's your relationship with your family? Like, yeah, I love my family. I'm really close with my mom. Can I touch your boobs though? How you ask me to touch my boobs after you're just talking about your mom? Come on, man. So it was a bit awkward in that sense, but I would rank it an okay. It was an okay date. It was creepy as fuck, but it was okay. Okay, so my bananas seem quite solid. I really think my bananas seem solid. Oh, there they are. Okay, there's no difference between the bananas and the French fries at this point, but we're staying hopeful. Okay, perfect. Little baby candied apple. There it is. There it goes. And we did it. We really did it. So, as you can see, I'm actually excellent at following instructions. So don't let anyone tell you differently. I'm the shit. Anywho, I guess that brings us to the end of this video. And it being my first video, it is imperative that you subscribe, like, share, and do all that shit that people say you're supposed to do on YouTube. But I'm not your mom. I can't force you. Do what you want. Alright, that's enough for today. I'll see you. We out.